Hi, my name is Nikits and I'm coming to you from my new video. So it's been a while. I've been on kind of a hiatus, if it counts as a hiatus if you only post 3 videos before you disappear. But I'm making this video again to come back and say hey and to announce that I'm coming back to YouTube. I've got a bunch of stuff prepared and I've got a bunch of stuff still to come, but I'm going to put the work into it so that hopefully I'll have a steady schedule by the time I get busy again. To start off, I'm going to be making this new series of isometric rooms for my characters. I've got 3 done so far, and you can already find the finished versions of them over on my Instagram, which will be linked in the description down below and my end card. I designed this room for Unurs, my polar bear OC. He's not a furry, unfortunately. We're not going down that path today, but I am planning an animal and element-based series that will probably end up being an animatic on this channel. There's still a lot of planning and plot development to do until I can get that up and running though, so until then, I'm going to be doing little character introduction videos like this one. This first one is going to be a short video just to get started. I really wanted to give a little taste of who the characters are based off of what you can find in their room. So this character's name is Unurs. That was meant to be a temporary name, but I can't find a better one yet, so it might end up being permanent because I'm a mess and naming is gross. He's based off of a polar bear, hence why he has a polar bear companion, and he's got a room full of knives, blacksmith tools, a fire pit on the side, a fur coat, and like a lot of spears. All those things are meant to reflect that he's a character who's based off of a lot of hunting and creating things. Living in like the cold Arctic, he doesn't really have a lot of the amenities and stuff that we depend on, so he has to make do with what he can create for himself. His community is really based off of surviving off of what you have and what you can make and what nature provides for you. So he makes his own tools, makes his own weapons, makes his own coats. He's like a handyman. Essentially, he relies on himself and his own strength rather than on magic or using his animal companion to survive. I really wanted to give the feeling that they had a lot of tools and easy access to them, which is why they're hanging on the wall. He's not too concerned about design, he just wants everything to be functional because he's a really function-driven guy. He's got his little polar bear sleeping in the corner over there, and it was absolutely terrible to try to draw. I was tracing a picture for the polar bear at first, like I edited it later, so it's not just a tracing of a polar bear picture anymore, but oh my god, it was a mistake. It was such an annoying pose to draw, but like, I think it looks okay in the end, so I guess it's fine. He got a food bowl at the bottom because I wanted the room to feel a bit more like home, so he's got his bracelet hanging on the wall next to all his knives, and the polar bear has its own little bed down by his feet because they want to sleep together. So, you know, just putting a little fish in the bowl so he has something to eat, doing a bit of hatching on the floor so you can tell where the door is, showing that the floor is worn from like coming in and out all the time. There's ice frost on the wall, which is easier to see when it's colored in, but I wanted to make the room reflect the cold setting that he's in. Excuse my voice, wow. He's also got a little pillow that I have yet to draw, excuse me. Rude. Past me, start drawing the pillow, please. Stop flipping the canvas, it looks fine. There we go. So we've got a little pillow and a blanket and all that stuff just to make him cozy. I wanted him to feel cozy because even though he's super practical, that doesn't mean you can't like enjoy your living situation. Like your room and your house are really like personal places and safe spaces, so I still wanted it to feel like a retreat that he could come to and like warm up and cool off and take a break from like his really active lifestyle. I'm also going to make character bio videos eventually. I don't have enough about them figured out yet to do that, but I do want to add that Unurs is a trans boy. I'm gonna draw his binder eventually. I know it's in this video because I have the finished picture, but he is a queer trans man with the pronouns he, him, and he's just living his art life in the Arctic tundra, which off of the top of my head is where polar bears live. I could be very wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. His transness is like relevant to his life, but it's not the main focus of everything he does because that's just not how people work in real life. That's just not a thing. And I'm redrawing the mallet because I somehow completely forgot what perspective is in every way, shape, and form. So we have to fix that real quick. I tried to give his room a bunch of cool colors. Am I going to color it now? What am I doing? Oh, there's the binder. Thank you. I tried to give his room a bunch of cool colors to contrast with the fire, but also because he's living in such a cold setting, and because when I do the next two of the three characters, I want him to stand out as his own person. So his room is going to be super blue toned, Kagan's is super green toned, and Faria's will be super red toned. There are little flashes of Faria's room because I didn't actually do the rooms in this order. I did the sketch, the line art, and then the color for all three at the same time. But I thought it would make more sense visually to split them up like this, so that's what I ended up doing for the video. And it's about to show the finished result when it's all polished and I've done shading and a little bit of lighting, and that's what it ended up looking like. I'm really proud of the way it came out, and I'm really excited to make videos for the next two. And I'm excited to make more videos later. So if you enjoyed this video, there'll be more videos on the side right now, and a link to where you can subscribe. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and have a lovely day. Bye!